I'm here with Chef Steve, and we are kicking off the Blueberry Festival between July 17th and 20th with a special dish. So, Steve, what are we making today?
Well, what we're making today is a nice, fresh BC wild salmon, ocean-wise, because UBC Food Services is all about ocean-wise. And I'm going to be grilling that in the pan, and through the magic of TV, I'll finish it in the oven. So it's called pan roasted. And I'll be making a local BC blueberry, beautiful BC blueberry fresh, with some honey, some syrup, all from BC, all blueberry made. So blueberry honey, blueberry syrup, and the barbecue sauce. And with that, I'll finish it off with some nice fingerling potatoes local, some nice carrots and mixed green beans. And that's all going to be made, and some tricks of the trade.
Looks delicious. I'm excited. I'm actually hungry. It's dinner time right now.
Good.
I mean, not dinner time. It's lunchtime right now.
Oh, you eat all day long, right? Okay.
So I've always wondered with blueberries, is there a difference between fresh and frozen?
Totally. Local blueberries, fresh, are high bush. And those are local, produced by the farmers, which we need to support. Mm-hmm. Now, frozen blueberries tend to be low bush, which I can't guarantee are supporting the local farmers. I can't even guarantee that they are using low bush for the frozen. But you're always best to buy fresh blueberries and freeze them yourself.
How many blueberry farms are there in BC?
You know, this is weird. There's 800 blueberry farms in the lower mainland, lower Fraser Valley. Mm-hmm. We're number one in North America. Number two is Michigan, and number three, which is weird, is New Jersey.
That is really weird.
I know, I find that.
I can't picture farms in New Jersey.
No, I think of cement trucks and,
yeah.
I just don't think of that being a place for blueberries. But
yeah,
BC's
totally.
number one, 800. So we got to support our blueberry farmers.
I agree. So this fish looks really good.
Wild salmon.
Wild salmon. Can you tell the difference taste-wise between wild salmon and farm salmon?
Totally. Wild salmon, we're first supporting our local fishing farm industry.
Mm-hmm.
And UBC, proud to be ocean-wise. Okay, so we switched many years ago, UBC Food Service, to a wild salmon, which is really good. Look at that color. Perfect color, nice, fresh, smells like the ocean, delicious.
Is that something you should look for when you're grocery shopping?
Yeah, it should smell like the ocean. If it smells funny like your old socks, don't buy it. So what we're going to do first is, anytime when you cook, you want to make sure your pans are hot. So don't do this at home. So I'm making sure that my pans are hot. Don't do this at home.
Okay, I won't
37
do that at
years, I can tell.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to use some nice olive oil. My feeling is that when you're using olive oil for hot cooking, you should only use regular olive oil. Save your extra virgin for cold cooking, okay? So to that now, I'm taking my salmon, and I'm going to add a little sea salt or kosher salt. I don't prefer the regular table salt because it is full of iodine. Some iodine's good for you, but not too much.
Right.
So a little bit goes a long way. And what you're going to see me now is some lemon and black pepper. 2 for 1. I got lemon and black pepper in there.
Sounds really yummy.
It does. So now I'm going to put this in a hot pan. Now I'm going to twirl that around, a nice non-stick Teflon pan. And what I'm going to do is, so I don't burn myself, I'm going to lay it away from me.
So skin side up.
Yes.
Okay.
So now I'm going to let that cook. I'm not going to touch it. It's not touching me. So what people tend to do wrong is they start shaking it. Don't shake it. It's not shaking you. Leave it alone.
Right.
Because you want to get a bit of a crust.
Yeah.
And now in the old days, you would put flour in there. Flour is not really that good for you.
Okay.
You want to stay away from that white flour. Maybe whole wheat flour, multigrain is
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah.
just let it cook. Leave it alone. Let it sing in that pan. Okay?
Okay.
Now to the next pan, I'm going to make the blueberry sauce with a barbecue twist to it. To that, I'm going to add a little apple cider vinegar. Now, if you were right over that, you are really going to open up your nose. Now I'm going to add some blueberry syrup, all local. Now I'm going to add.
Oh my God, that smells so good.
See what I mean? That vinegar.
I love
now
it.
I'm going to add some blueberry honey. Now we're going to add a little bit of chili powder, a little cayenne powder for some heat, and some paprika. Okay? A little bit. Let's just see what happens. A little brown sugar. This is now a basic start to a barbecue sauce. I'm going to turn the heat down a bit. And now we're going to add the other basic ingredient is a little ketchup. So I am now going to turn this down. Now I'm going to check the fish.
Is that what you're looking for that crust you
Totally,
were talking about?
totally. Food is fashion. It's got to look cool. If it doesn't look cool, no one's going to eat it. See what I mean? You want that nice crust because it's going to be a barbecue salmon. So it's got to look like it's been barbecued. You can actually do this right on a barbecue. So what we're going to do now is, as you can see the salmon, I'm now going to take one of the best tools in the industry, a microplane, a zester.
Right.
This is great because everybody throws away the best part of the lemon, which is the skin. That's full of lemon oil. Mm-hmm. So now I'm just going to put a little bit on the salmon, the zest. Now I'm going to turn the heat down a bit because now what we're going to do, as the recipe calls, I'm going to grill lemon. So I'm taking these 2 lemons, I'm going to grill them.
You're going to grill them?
You cannot eat this like that. It's too tart.
No, way too tart.
You grill this in a pan or on a barbecue setting and you want to char it. This totally makes the juice sweet. Takes that tartness away. You can almost eat it like that.
Like an orange.
Like an orange. And you can do that with orange, limes, or grapefruit. It is delish. Or as my wife goes, yum-ers. Okay?
I like that.
So we're going to just let that get really nice and charred. Now, I need an oven. You're out in the barbecue world, you're out in the lawn, you have nothing else to do. Here's your barbecue, here's your oven.
That's a great idea.
Now you've got an oven going on.
Yeah.
Now, to this barbecue sauce, we already went through all that. I'm going to add now another #1 condiment for all chefs. A touch of Worcestershire sauce.
It's like
You say it. You say it.
Worcestershire. That's like everyone's favorite word to say.
Just a touch.
Worcestershire sauce.
Yes. Or just go Worcester sauce.
The W sauce, I say.
Yes. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to make it a little bit more syrupy to let it go because I think you look hungry.
I am very hungry.
So I'm just going to do that a little bit. And I'm going to add a little bit more of the base of the ketchup. #1 condiment. Then it's salsa. A little pinch of some dry mustard. Now you're going to ask me, where are the blueberries? Ask me.
Where are the blueberries coming?
Good question. So why I don't put the blueberries in the beginning? Because they're going to get all mushy. You want to see it, right? So now I'm going to add the blueberries. If I put them in the beginning too early, you're not going to see them, and all that money is wasted. You might as well just use a blueberry puree.
Can you use that sauce on other types of protein?
Good question again. What you can do, you can use this for pork. You can use this for halibut, delish. You can use this on chicken, really works. I wouldn't do it on steak.
Why not steak?
That's my personal opinion.
Okay. Well, being on the West Coast, we're all about salmon, eh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're Canadian, eh?
I am. How did you tell?
Oh, I don't know. So now we're going to look. No, we're not getting enough there.
What are you looking for with the
I want
with
some
the lemon?
color.
Okay.
See, right now, it doesn't have any color.
Right.
It needs that charred on the edge. And we're not getting enough charred. So I'm going to jack up the heat. Now, normally you would use tongs for the layman. Now, I'm going to let this salmon cook. I want the skin a little crunchy because you can take that skin and take it off and then cut it and make it nice and crispy like crispy onion rings.
Yep.
And put that on top. It's delish.
Oh, crispy onion rings. That's a great idea.
But it's crispy salmon skin.
Oh.
See what I mean?
I see. They're like onion rings.
You got it. Okay, so now I'm going to make some veggies because you're starving.
I am starving.
Okay, so I'm going to heat up my pan. Saute. Hot heat. Quick cut. Quick cooking. So that's why I want to get this nice and hot. What I've done here now is heat it up yesterday. I blanched, boiled some nice local beans, and as my wife calls them, Bugs Bunny carrots because I left the stem on.
Oh.
My wife.
I could see that.
And now we have some nice fingerling potatoes, also local, and I boiled them, tossed them in olive oil, smoked paprika. Smoked paprika has that nice barbecue flavor because it's all barbecue today. And a little bit of salt and black pepper, and I just took it on my barbecue and I grilled it. Now I'm just going to reheat it in the pan.
So what type of potatoes are these?
Fingerling.
Fingerling, okay.
They're yummy, all local. Now I'm going to add a little olive oil. And we all like our butter, right?
Not too much butter.
No. Just a touch. But if I would put that butter in without the oil, it would burn. You see?
Oil, and then you put the
Butter.
butter.
Now-
The butter will burn if you don't do
Didn't
that.
put the oil in,
Okay.
yes. And this is a sweet butter. No salt. You don't need salt. We have enough salt in our lives.
So it's like it's an unsalted butter.
Correct.
Okay.
A little bit of fresh garlic.
Yeah, I love
Garlic
garlic.
is very good for you.
So good.
Now I'm going to take my beans, put them in there, and my Bugs Bunny carrots, as my wife likes to call them. Shake them a little bit. Okay. Move them around. You at home you would use a fork, but I
Right.
have asbestos
Okay.
fingers.
Cool.
Now you can see how that lemon is gorgeous. Now I'm going to turn that around because she is perfect. Now I'm letting that cook. I'm going to add a little bit of lemon pepper and a touch of sea salt or kosher salt. Okay. Now I'm going to add some potatoes. So I'm just going to give this a little heat because they're already cooked. We just want to warm them up.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to take some fresh herbs. That is the end of this whole beautiful meal. I'm going to take some beautiful, look at this, fresh basil. I'm going to take some fresh dill. Really nice dill.
Now, if you don't have all this fresh stuff,
You
can
have,
you?
you have to use dry.
Yeah.
You just don't get the same.
Right.
Now, I have a pet peeve. I prefer flat leaf Italian parsley.
Okay.
I don't really like the other parsley, the regular curly parsley. I just, be honest, think it sucks. It's good for pureeing and making an energy juice or a
Yeah,
drink,
yeah.
but I don't prefer it. Now I'm going to chop. Now through the magic of TV, I don't have to look what I'm doing. I can look at you. So how long you been at UBC?
6 years now.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. It's
Oops, I
so
caught
crazy.
myself.
Don't do that. That'd be really gross. But I'm gonna become a doctor when I'm done.
good.
So I could help you
With
if
that
you
cut.
ever cut
No
yourself.
cuts, no cuts.
No cuts.
Showing off, as all chefs like to do. So now I'm just going to give that a little bit of a toss. Just pretend it's a tennis racket. And you have it low and you bring it back. You have it low and you bring it back. You have it low and you bring it back. What we're going to do is now take the fresh herbs. Good question. Dry herbs you can add in the beginning. Fresh
Right.
herbs you add at the end.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah,
Oh,
because you're going to
interesting.
lose all that flavor. Now I'm going to add a little bit in here too. Why not? Because I got it here. It just punches it up a bit. I'm going to shut that off. Now, if I had these carrots cooked separately, I would put a little bit of that BC Blueberry honey in those carrots, the yummers.
Oh, that sounds good.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to plate this up and show you how we make it look cool. Let's plate, because you're starving,
Finally.
right?
Finally.
Oh, I'm
I've been
sorry.
waiting.
This isn't Panago Pizza or McDonald's. Good food takes good time, okay?
Okay.
Okay, see? Now, if I had more time, I would take that crispy skin off. And then,
Why?
because that crispy skin, I would take off, cut it in little strips, and sprinkle it on top. So it's almost like a fried onion ring, but it's a fried salmon skin.
Right.
Really, really good for you. Okay? So now I'm looking here, I'm going, and this is the center of the plate.
Okay.
Now I'm going to take, you see how that, look at that char.
Look at the juices.
I'm going to show you now. Okay, watch this.
Oh, it just comes out like that.
I don't even have to poke anything out. I'm going to take that one little seed out, because that's not what you want to look at. Okay? See, that is just, that's a picture right there.
It is. Picture perfect.
So now I'm going to take some of these beautiful fingerling potatoes. Now, the color looks the same, right? Mm-hmm. So you put it away. You have to color combination here. You see what I mean? What looks good there are these nice little Bugs Bunny carrots. And then we got some of these nice beans. Now, what do you think I'm missing here?
Blueberries.
Bingo, good, you're good.
I know.
Okay, let's do that next.
10 years of school.
Good girl. So what I'm going to do now is take the blueberry sauce, which is a little thick, and just spoon it around the perimeter. And so this is your grilled salmon, pan-seared and finished in the oven, with the fingerling potatoes, the baby carrots, the beans, the grilled lemon, which goes great on pork, chicken, halibut, the blueberry sauce. You could put it on, but then I would not put all that nice garnish on top. Now comes the final test, okay?
Okay.
You're going to try this.
I'm going to eat it.
Yes. And I'll put this towards you.
Get a little bit of this blueberry, the salmon.
Dig in.
I'm trying to.
Want me to hold the mic? No.
No. I can multitask.
Good girl.
10 years of school.
Well, let me see. You're not saying nothing.
This is so good. Well, thank you, Steve, for showing us this delicious lunch for us today. I'll stop eating. Now, you're also participating in you're demoing on Wednesday for the Blueberry Festival, that's correct?
Yes, I am. I'm going to be doing 3 whole new recipes. Another one. That's totally different.
Totally different. Of course, blueberries in them.
Yeah, I'm going to make a kale salad, and that's going to be a blueberry vinaigrette with some pumpkin seeds, heirloom cherry tomatoes, and then I'm going to be making a melon salad with fresh blueberries, fresh mint, fresh herbs, with a blueberry dressing again, and then I'm going to be doing a roast chicken breast, and with that I'm going to make a roasted corn blueberry salsa.
That sounds amazing. But we can get this recipe, I think, on the link will be posted below, and I'm going to finish eating this.
Why don't you just take it to go? Okay.
All right.
Very nice meeting you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.